crafters, it's Karen, and I have a few projects to share. One of them is a lace book, another lace book that I created, but I wanted to show you this something first. This is that really pretty lace, that new trim that you can find at Hobby Lobby, really soft trim. Well, I had taken off another yard of this to include in that lace book, and I had already taken a yard off and included it in the last lace book that I created. So this is the second yard, and there should be a yard left. So what I mean is, like, this was in the middle of the row. So as I'm winding it up around the page in there, I came across this. Look how horrible this is. Do you see that? It's like, for one thing, it's like stitched together. It's two separate pieces, and they tried to put them together, but they didn't even do it even. And then there's a horrible dirty spot in there. I don't know what that is. I mean, it's just disgusting. You know, I can't include this in that lace book. My friend's gonna, you know, go to use this, and she's going to be adhering it onto a project, and she's going to come to this point, and it's going to be so horrible, you know. So I need to exchange this at Hobby Lobby. So, you know, keep an eye on your trims, I guess. It was just really disappointing. I don't know what that is. Anyway, and whoops, and as you can see, I keep the plastic on my trim before I go to, you know, as I'm using it, to kind of protect it, you know, for these nicer trims. So I don't know what that mess is, but I'm going to exchange it. So anyway, this is the lace book that I created, and I've been trying to use up some older paper stacks. So I created this using the Chateau Lavender by DCWV, and because that DCWV paper is so sturdy, I guess, excuse me, I didn't have to use, I mean, they were their own pages, you know what I mean? I'll show you when I get into it. Anyway, these are chipboard covers and binding, and I really like the way the binding came out on this one. I'm definitely going to do this for the next mini album I create. And I use the Stack to Deck method by Laura Dennison for my pages. I used my banner punch to cut out these banners from the paper collection, and I used the gold thickers that I had found at Marshall's to spell out lace. This is, I used the Baroque die to cut out this shape here, and this is another Sizzix die that I'd gotten a little while back at Hobby Lobby with the sewing machine. Really sweet, and I used my gold foil pen to accent this part here, and the needle, but you can't see it, and the tip of the thread thing, but you can't see that. And these are flowers from Craft Supplies One, really pretty purple flowers in lavender. And they're all sitting on a doily from Julie, the paper bag lady, and I added a couple of ribbon flowers. I took off the green on these and just used them. Then I used my Martha Stewart punch to punch out these leaves here, and this one here. So really pretty simple. I used this silk ribbon to for my enclosure. And like I said before, this, you know, it's not intended to be as sturdy as a mini album, but yet sturdy enough to hold the trims that you adhere in here. So for the pages, I just took 6 by 12 pieces of the paper stack, folded them in half, cut out my little notches here, and then adhered them to my hinges. So this is just DCWV paper, each, you know, like a double layer, so they're plenty sturdy to hold the trims. And for the inside cover, I just added a dress form by Tim Holtz and used the purple Concord, or whatever that purple color is, distress ink, and I just adhered it on the side so that, you know, I can slip this little envelope inside, and I can write a message here or something. And this is a glassine envelope, and it's really hard to stamp on glassine. I don't know why I keep trying. But this is the stamp from the Prima Welcome to Paris line, And I used my Stays On ink, and still that's how it came out. So, and I fussy cut the flower from the collection and added it to the flap. And I just put a couple of those ATC cards that I had gotten at Hobby Lobby in here. She could use them however she wishes. I just didn't want to put an empty pocket in there. So, and if she wants to pass the book along, you know, she can sign the book and then pass it along, and they can sign the book and pass it along. You know, I mean, it could be a good way to, you know, send trims and laces in your racks. So this is some of that tulle that they have at Hobby Lobby. I had to fold it lengthwise to make it fit around the page. Really cute. And just some other, you know, trims. And this is that same kind of trim as this white stuff, but I didn't see anything on the pink one. This is a trim from my local thrift store. And so those are the pages. And for the back here, I used that foam piece, you know, that your brads come on. And I just covered it with chipboard. And then I took this Baroque die. I had painted it and then added these little felt flowers from Michael's on there. And then I just made a few stick pins to go in. I love the burgundy and gray. I think it's a good match, those colors together. And this one, really cute. And I love the way this bead, the top bead, shimmers, that purple color with those beads, really cute. And I just stamped it Laugh, Create, Smile. I believe Lydia had given me that stamp. Thank you, Lydia. And I still need to, you know, put my stamp on the back, but that's my lace book. And then I had, you know, scraps left over, and I really wanted to use them up. I didn't want to save them because I'm tired of saving scraps. So I made a bunch of cards, and I did these in the Muriel way, Miss Cooper's Coop. Where you decorate the envelope and you insert your message inside. So this one is, it says, good friends are like stars. You cannot always see them, but you know they're always there. This is one of the new Wild Orchid Craft flowers I've received. I just added this twine from Target with the gold in it. A couple of Martha Stewart butterflies and pearls. I sprayed the doily with my Heidi Swap gold spray. I layered the papers there. I thought it came out cute, and I didn't want to leave the back blank, so I just, you know, did that. And then inside is just, you know, a place where I can write my notes from the paper collection. So that's one. Then I created this one, and I just layered some purple cardstock with that gold cardstock from the Chateau Lavender stack, and then this other piece here. This stamp, Live, Be Bold, Have Fun, Dream, is one from the $1.50 bin at Michael's, and I just fussy cut it, wrinkled it up, and then adhered it in a dimensional manner and distressed it. And over here I just laid some layers of burlap and crocheted lace. This is from Craft Supplies 1, and the cherry blossoms are from I Am Roses, Prima Bling. And this bling here is from Hobby Lobby. So I thought that was cute. And then there's the back. And then I had run out of scraps by the time I got to this one, so I just sized a piece of white cardstock and used the, you know, where I had punched the butterflies out, I used it as a stencil. And just made butterflies on there, so I'll write my message there. That's another. And then this one. And I layered different papers from the collection. This is the self-adhesive lace from Michael's, the Craft Supplies 1 flower layered on top of this. This is actually a piece of trim that came with a blouse that my mother had, and she didn't, you know, she didn't like it on there. So she had given it to me, and I just layered some beads underneath. I tore the ends to show this little piece of lace there. Roll this back to show the lace there. And that's more Prima trim, or bling. And all of these cards, I used my glitter gel pen. I don't know if it's going to shimmer, if you could tell, but I outlined a lot of these cards with that gel pen. Anyway, and then this is the back. Really cute. I laid that butterfly on top of a little piece of lace. I just don't like leaving the back blank, I guess. And then, you know, a place for a note from, you know, a piece from the collection for a little note. So those are my cards and my lace book using the Chateau Lavender collection from DCWV. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.